So a guy messaged me on social media the other day with a story that, from the onset felt wonderful, but took a downward spiral real quick. He thought he was in the perfect relationship. Loyal girlfriend, zero drama, everything smooth, until one day he noticed something very, very small. A random coworker commenting under her posts. She laughed it off. Oh, he's just a friend from work. 2 weeks later, she suddenly turned extra sweet, loving, more affection, random gifts, more I love yous than usual. He thought, wow, maybe we're reconnecting. But in reality, she was covering her tracks. Fast forward a month. She tells him she's having a girls' night out, but her phone dies mysteriously and she goes missing till morning. Comes home smiling, holding coffee, saying, hey babe, I fell asleep at my friend's house. Now, this guy wanted to believe her, and he did for the most part, until a friend slipped and mentioned a guy she was close to at work. That's when it hit him. Every extra hug, every late night, every fake girls' night was part of a cover-up. She didn't just cheat, she planned it. And that's why this video had to be made, because too many good guys like this get played by women who know exactly how to hide it. Indulge me. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. Remember to always look out for the name Jessica OS, the channel name Jessica OS, to be sure that this advice is coming authentically from me. AI has taken over YouTube, unfortunately. Let's jump into it. So in this video, we're breaking down the real psychological and behavioral tricks that women use to cheat and get away with. From emotional misdirection to digital camouflage, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it, why it works, and what to look out for. Hear me out. Trick number 1. Emotional misdirection. See, men tend to associate affection with honesty. If she's being sweet, loving, and attentive, you automatically assume that everything's fine. But when a woman cheats, that same affection becomes a strategy. I'll explain. When guilt starts to creep in, most women overcompensate emotionally. They become extra nice. Suddenly, she's cooking your favorite meal, texting you more than usual, going out of her way to be affectionate, and it feels absolutely amazing. You think, wow, she's really into me lately. But what's really happening is she's trying to neutralize her guilt and manage your suspicion. It's like psychological sleight of hand. She gives you emotional reassurance right before you have a reason to doubt her. She knows men don't question love when it feels warm and familiar. So she basically will double down on the I love you text messages, the compliments, the random intimacy, not because she's more into you, but obviously because she's hiding something. Now picture this, okay? She's been distant for weeks, and then out of nowhere, she's affectionate, giggly, planning dates, talking about the future. Most men will see that and relax. I mean, they'll think, well, maybe we're back on track. Things are finally looking up. But what's really happening is she's protecting her cover. Hear me. She's making sure your emotional guard stays down while she maintains the illusion of connection. Don't get it twisted. Not every affectionate woman is cheating. Here's the difference. When affection feels sudden, unearned, strategic, that's when you should pay attention. It's the timing that gives her away. So if her sudden sweetness appears right after arguments, nights she's been busy, or periods of distance, that's redirection and not romance. This is how women hide in plain sight, by turning guilt into affection. It's emotional misdirection at its finest. Trick number 2, the best friend shield. When a woman is getting close to another man, emotionally or physically, she knows the easiest way to hide him is to normalize his presence. So she'll start mentioning him casually, usually in harmless ways. Oh, that's Mark from work, or he's like my brother, or babe, you're so paranoid, he has a girlfriend. Those lines are designed to disarm you. She's not just being transparent, she's training you to stop questioning that man's role in her life. And over time, you'll start to believe that he's safe. You stop noticing the texts, the long phone calls, or the fact that he always seems to show up when you two are fighting. See, women are masters at creating plausible innocence. By introducing this friend very early, she gives herself cover for future interactions. The twist is sometimes that guy starts as a genuine friend. It's true. But emotional intimacy begins to grow, and then the lines begin to blur. She starts venting to him about you, sharing things that used to stay between you two, and that emotional closeness becomes the bridge to something more. Let's be real. Women rarely cheat with strangers. They cheat with someone who feels safe. Now, how do you spot it? Watch for energy shifts. If she suddenly becomes defensive or protective about that friend, that's your clue. If she goes out of her way to explain why they talk so much or starts hiding her phone when he texts, she's not protecting privacy, she's protecting a secret. Another red flag, when she starts comparing you to him in subtle ways, like, oh, why can't you be like Josh? Or, Josh actually listens when I talk. These are emotional slips. She's already begun idolizing the other man. So don't get distracted by titles. Friend, colleague, mentor. Those words mean nothing if the energy between them says otherwise. Trick 3, routine manipulation. This is where women get dangerously smart because they know men trust consistency. When her routine looks normal, you stop asking questions. And that's why she hides the cheating behind her habits and not outside of them. Hear me. She doesn't suddenly start staying out all night or skipping work. That's amateur, right? Instead, she keeps her schedule identical. Same gym days, same hangouts, same girls' nights every Friday. Everything appears predictable. But what changes are the tiny details within that routine. Maybe she stays an extra 45 minutes after work because of a project. Maybe her yoga class now ends later because the instructor added stretches. Or maybe she just needs alone time to clear her head. The point is, she uses structure as her cover. Because most men don't question the familiar, they trust it. Here's how to spot it. You start to feel something's off, but nothing looks wrong. She's still posting on social media, still laughing at your jokes, still doing couple things, right? But her timing stops making sense. The stories don't fully align. She'll mention going out with friends, but forget the name of the restaurant they're going into. Conveniently. She'll say she left work late, but her co-worker's post shows that they left hours earlier. It's the micro inconsistencies that give her away, not the big stuff. Cheating women know that suspicion lives in change, so they avoid visible changes at all costs. They don't change their perfume, their hair, or their schedule. They just repurpose parts of their day for someone else. I guess what I'm saying is if your gut tells you something is off, even when the surface looks perfect, trust it. Because when a woman starts hiding her chaos inside the normal, it's strategy, pure strategy. Trick number 4, the guilt flip. When a woman cheats, she knows eventually you might sense something is not right. Maybe she's distant, guarded, or her storyline just doesn't match up, right? So before you can even call it out, she'll flip the entire script on you. She accuses you. Suddenly, you're the one being distant. You're the one acting different. She might even throw in, are you seeing someone else? That's the guilt flip. It's genius because it puts you on the defensive. Instead of investigating her, you start explaining yourself. She redirects all your emotional energy from her to you. And here's the crazy part. She doesn't even have to be aggressive about it. Sometimes she does it so subtle, right? With emotional guilt. She'll say things like, I just feel like you don't love me anymore. Or, I don't know, I just feel like you've changed. Now, these statements sound vulnerable, but they're actually psychological misdirection. By making you feel responsible for the emotional distance she's created, she resets the narrative. The move also helps her justify the cheating to herself. If she convinces herself that you are neglecting her or making her unhappy, she doesn't have to feel like the villain. It's a mental loophole. I only did it because he stopped caring. Let me give you an example. Say you start noticing that she's glued to her phone, always turning the screen away from you when you walk in, and you ask, okay, who are you texting? Instead of answering, she snaps, well, why are you so insecure? I can't even have friends now? See what she did? She's tired of being accused. And just like that, you start apologizing to the person who's lying to you. That's the power of the guilt flip. It's emotional blackmail dressed up as defense. So when she suddenly starts making you feel like the untrustworthy one, remember to pause. Because that's not confusion. She's covering up. Women who cheat often need to create chaos to hide in it. And the moment she makes you question yourself instead of her behavior, that's when she's already 2 steps ahead. Social media sleight of hand. In today's world, cheating doesn't happen just in bedrooms. It happens in DMs, private stories, hidden message threads, etc. And no one manipulates social media better than a woman with something to hide. Women are masters of curating an image. It's practically instinct. So when she's cheating, she doesn't delete or disappear. That would look suspicious. Instead, she camouflages. She uses social media the same way a magician uses misdirection. She keeps your eyes exactly where she wants them and away from where the truth really lives. Let me explain. When a man cheats, he's often sloppy. New followers, weird likes, shady DMs. When a woman cheats, her online presence usually looks cleaner than ever. She'll post you on her feed, drop happy couple pics, right? Even tag you in a cute relationship post, not out of love, but to reinforce the illusion of loyalty. She knows that public validation will buy her private freedom. Meanwhile, the real action is happening behind the curtain. She's running a close friend's story that you're not a part of. She's replying to his messages through disappearing chats on Instagram or Snapchat. She's using an alternative account, the business page, spam account, or backup as her secret communication line. And here's the clever part. She won't hide everything. She'll purposely leave breadcrumbs that make her look innocent. Maybe she'll show you her DMs once in a while or scroll casually through her feed in front of you. It's controlled transparency. She shows you just enough to make you think there's nothing to see. But the real trick? She hides behind the algorithms and privacy settings. Private stories, archived posts, deleted message chains, or maybe she just switches her texting app. Oh, I just talked to him on Telegram because it's for work. Yeah, work. That's why catching a woman through her phone or her socials is so hard, because she's not deleting evidence. She's designing invisibility. I'm giving you game, guys. Look, here's what you need to pay attention to instead, okay? Sudden social media silence when she used to be active. That's often when she's shifting her audience, changes in who interacts with her content, a new top liker or consistent comment pattern from someone unfamiliar to you, new boundaries around her phone. If she used to scroll freely, but now tilts the screen or locks it quicker, that's not privacy, it's simple strategy. Women know social media is a modern alibi. She doesn't need to lie, she just needs to curate. So if her online life feels too perfect, too polished, too controlled, understand that perfection is often a sign of management and not innocence. Because when she's cheating, she's not deleting, she's simply performing. Trick 6, the emotional replacement. Most women cheat in their minds first. They build a connection somewhere else, slowly, quietly, and by the time you notice, that emotional bridge has already been crossed. Here's how it begins. She starts sharing her deeper thoughts with someone else. Maybe it's a friend, a coworker, or some guy who just listens, right? At first, it sounds harmless. Venting about work, talking about her goals, complaining about something you said that she doesn't quite understand. But little by little, she starts opening up to him the way she used to open up to you. It's emotional transfer. And once it happens, you're not the only one inside her world anymore. Now, emotional cheating feels different from physical cheating because it's invisible. There are no lipstick stains, no suspicious texts, just small behavioral shifts that slowly drain the intimacy out of your relationship. She's there physically, but she's not present. You'll notice her laugh doesn't sound the same. Her affection feels rehearsed. Her compliments are generic and not personal. It's like she's there, but her heart just simply is somewhere else. And when she starts comparing you to this new guy, even slightly, it's game over. He's just easier to talk to. He understands me in ways people usually don't. She's not saying she's attracted, but she's laying the foundation for it. That's how it happens. Emotional cheating becomes the emotional replacement. Now, pay attention and note, once a woman replaces you emotionally, she doesn't feel guilty about cheating physically because in her mind, she's already checked out. She convinces herself the relationship was already broken and that the other man simply stepped into the space that you left open. It's not true, but it feels true to her. If she's sharing her thoughts, her laughter, and her vulnerabilities with another man, the physical part is just a matter of time. You see, because for women, emotional cheating isn't the warm-up. It's the real affair. So if she's emotionally leaning on another guy more than she's leaning on you, don't ignore it. It's not friendship. You're being slowly replaced. And finally, trick number 7, the good girl persona. See, when most men think of a woman who cheats, they imagine someone flirty, secretive, reckless. But the woman who really gets away with it, they're the ones who actually convince everyone, especially you, that they'll never do that, ever. They actually build an identity around being a good girl, a loyal one, an honest one, the one who hates cheaters and says things like, I'll never forgive that. If it sounds familiar, take note because it's a setup. By constantly talking about loyalty and morality and what other women do wrong, she's constructing a psychological shield. You stop questioning her, not because she earned your trust through transparency, but rather she's conditioned you to believe that she's incapable of doing same. And that's why she starts cheating, because no one suspects her, not her friends, not her family, and definitely not you. She's the last person anyone will ever point a finger at. And that's exactly what makes her so effective. You see, this good girl act doesn't just protect her reputation, it also protects her ego. She doesn't want to see herself as the villain, so she doubles down on virtue. She talks about how she values honesty, posts quotes about self-respect, might even act judgmental towards other women who cheat. Behind closed doors, she's emotionally or physically involved with someone else, maybe an ex, co-worker, and she's sleeping soundly at night because in her mind, she's still a good person. And that's the scary part. You see, when someone builds their entire identity around being different from the rest, they're not trying to be faithful. They're trying to look faithful. And if you ever start questioning her, she'll weaponize that image. Wow, you think I will cheat? After everything I've said about cheaters? That guilt trip hits hard because you start to doubt yourself instead of her. She's not innocent. She's just smart enough to use innocence as armor. So don't get blinded by a woman's reputation or her words. Look at her patterns. Because loyalty isn't proven by what she says in public. It's revealed by what she does in private. That's a lot for you to break down and think about. And I understand. But you see, these videos are necessary, and that's why I put them out. Watch this video next. If your woman does this, she's seriously cheating. Because the signs are always there. You just have to know where to look. Jessica OS here. Thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.